Hi all, welcome back. Fields of Fire. Play testing volume 3, the Falklands War. This is the Goose Green campaign mission 2, the updated mission 2. This is my part 6 and just about to start turn 6. So, things going okay, I think. 3 casualties, but which I suppose is kind of bad, but I think things are moving well up the map and we're getting through things. We did draw on our couple of contacts, didn't we? We've got this guy here, he's calling and fire on this. This did get reduced to a paralysed team, is it? Yeah. But it is now pinned under trenches, and he's only got one fire mission left, and the fact that he's got better targets in here, I'm probably just going to let him leave this guy here, I think. The other one was a machine gun target in here. I think we got away with this one. Our fire team, maybe? Yeah, got reduced to a fire team. So we probably want to try and do something about that. These two contacts disappeared, so we can now freely move up a bit. Yeah, okay. Right, let's... we do have another casualty to try and rescue there as well, but there's plenty of time for that. This is turn 6, so this is us halfway through the game, the mission, yeah. Right, let's go. So friendly higher HQ event. There was not one. And... so, friendly command phase, our company HQ did move up, didn't it? It's up under this cover marker here beside the second in command. So it's veteran and it's undercover, so a +2 to the large number of 4, so it gets 6 commands. And it had 2 saved, so it's got 8, which is nice. Yeah, we've got... we've got quite a bunch of commands. We don't really need much doing, do we? Right, so what's the plan though? Potential contacts left are here, 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 and here. So there's only 4 left. We don't need to, well, this one we do need to take out because this is a primary objective. The other 3 at the back we don't, but I'd probably be trying to go for that, but don't know though. I mean, 3 casualties already. Maybe we shouldn't try the contacts. What would happen regarding this machine gun then? Now he could fire onto this card, and there's nothing here. He could fire onto this card. Yeah, he can fire through to here. So that's bad. And we need to have this card secured. So we need a unit on that at the end of the mission to be able to... So once he's done firing on this hill, he could potentially be firing here. So, which kind of tells us we need to do something about that machine gun. We need to get him to fall back. We need to spot him, start putting some fire on him. And where's the best place to be doing that from? Well, yeah, just where you said you would fire upon. However, as soon as we open fire on that, and we've seen it already in this mission, he's then getting fired upon from a different direction. So he could quite easily, well, it's a 50-50 chance we've seen of him shifting fire and then starting to fire on this card, which is not good. Hold on, I'm talking rubbish. This is on level 0. These cards are on level 1. He cannot see that card. Interesting. So, in actual fact, this is safe. So that machine gun really can only target this card, well, and these 3 cards. So if we want to avoid going for them, we really just need to get this guy off of this card and just leave the 3 Bs at the back, maybe. Sounds a bit boring. I like to try and take them all out, but having 3 casualties already, I'm going to be taking risks. And yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, we had to clear this row, didn't we? That was the objectives are secure the primary and secondary objectives, clear the remaining 2 row 4 cards, and 9 additional cards. So we need to take this out, yeah, and then 9 additional cards. Well, we've got 4, 8, 12. We've got 12 below this line, and we've got this card as well, remember. Okay, right, so I'm going to activate second platoon, for sure. I've got 3 commands saved, but they are pretty sure they're going to platoon move up to here. Maybe not be able to do much more than that, but we need to catch up with the things. I think they held back last turn. Well, these guys held back as well because of the situation with the enemies, but they could certainly get moved up here, and then so. Oh, here's a thought. We can actually. I don't know if these ideas are a bit gamey or not. If we can get this guy off this cart, mind you, how are you going to do that, Grant? He's a pinned fire team. He's going to have to act on his own, unless, of course, we've tried it twice while playing. To send the Sergeant Major in, or it doesn't have to be Sergeant Major, just I suppose because he's veteran, send him into a car to try and rescue a unit, like, you know, attempt to infiltrate in, and both times I've done it, I've not managed to get the infiltrate and ended up with the Sergeant Major on the card, which is pretty bad. Wouldn't we be better just hoping for a general initiative to move him off the car? And my thinking being that if he's not got line of sight on anybody, he's going to be like these other 2, and he's just going to fall off the map. Does feel a little bit gamey and a little bit weak, really, but I think that's what, because they're playing defensively, that's what happens. If they can't see anybody, then they just fall back. If I'd done that though, I think I'd be more tempted to maybe go for these Bs. So, well, let's go for that plan then. Third platoon's got 6 commands already, so I don't think we need to activate him. First platoon doesn't really need to be doing any more platoon moving anyway. I mean, we might. Well, hang on, Grant. We're just talking about keeping out of that guy's line of sight. The best thing to do would be to go across to this card, I think. And in actual fact, we're engaged. So maybe not a bad time to do that. So yeah, I think if we're going to go for any potential contact, it's just going to be that one. We're going to leave these Bs alone for now. So should I activate first platoon? I don't know. Yeah, okay, well, I will activate first platoon as well. Not sure I really need to, but he's got 4 commands saved. Got to do something with these commands, so that's me down to 6. Yeah, I'm going to activate the second in command and the Sergeant Major as well. That's me down to 4. Do I want to move up? I don't think I do actually. I mean, if I want to move, I'd want to move undercover. Well, actually, that's exactly where you'd want to put a company aid post, Grant. So shouldn't you be doing that? No. You know why? I'm going to leave it for the second in command to go up and do that. Yeah, because I've activated them, and I'm just going to save the other 4 commands for company HQ. Yeah. So we did not activate 3rd platoon. That's the only one. Okay. Right, okay, I'm going to do 2nd platoon first then, I think. They're here. Not undercover, they're line, he's line, they've got 3 command saves, so unmodified, large number. It's only a 2. You did have 3 saved though, so 2 up to 5, right. So I'm going to spend 2, and we're going to platoon move. Yeah, you still need to consider the possibility of the events. And I want to say my recollection of what I read might have had something to do with furthest forward in the column. So if we were to go up there, we would be furthest forward in that column. I don't know if that's it or not exactly. I didn't read it. I don't like to sort of, but obviously I must have had glanced at something. It might not be that. I think that's what the counter-attack was, the first one that we had. It wasn't a full-blown... In fact, no. In fact, hang on. Is it not they reworded it, didn't they? So maybe it is a counter-attack. Well, as in, not a counter-attack, but whatever they've reworded it to. Maybe I should just look at it. I mean, it's not meant to be hidden information, I don't think. So it says major enemy repositioning. Yeah, it does target the furthest forward British occupied card in each column. And there's a repositioning, that's what the event thing is on the thing, to show you what you're going to get. Okay, right. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I guess the reason I'm thinking there is just because we would move up here and then they would be furthest forward in this column, like I've just said, so I think that would be bad. Just, they could go up into this card and it's +1 cover, and to be honest, they wouldn't be the furthest forward in this column, this guy would. So what about steps? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And there's cover there as well. So I probably should. Okay, so I'm going to platoon move. Am I? I think... No, but the thing is, I think we're going to spawn this potential contact, but I mean, if he appears back there, this is on a hill anyway, so even if I was in here, I would not be able to see through anyway, so... Yeah, okay, so I will platoon move up onto the gorse. Okay, so 2nd platoon moved up here, they're all exposed. The company... HQ and the 2nd in command are both there as well. They're all under the cover marker, but obviously these 2 are not exposed. Left the Sergeant Major back there, and that's that company aid post, which I take it I can just... I move on that card with a company staff. I can create a new company aid post there, and I'm just going to move that from there to there. I think that's... Pretty sure that's how that works. Right, so 2 commands spent there. He's got 3 left. So suppose they could send an assault team forward into that. However, I suppose 1st platoon could actually send a section across, but I just the fact that it's a +0, the cover and concealment value, I think I want it to be a... to be honest, first platoon have got 2 3-step sections. This one's only got 1 3-step section, so maybe it'd be better coming from first. They've got 4 commands saved, so yeah. Well, there is an assault team up here that's not really required to be there, but then somebody would have to go up there and get him. Could happen though. I could send the platoon HQ up and just give him a move order back. Seems a bit weak though, that, doesn't it? Right, anyway, second platoon, are they going to do anything else, Grant? I don't think so. I think they're just going to sit there. Yeah. So they're going to save the other 3 commands that they had. So first, yeah, we do want to try and do something with that, don't we? But then, yeah, Sergeant Major's not close enough to go and do a rescue mission. He's back here, so it's not going to be possible for him to do it. So it would have to be the second in command, really, to attempt to do it. But then you're drawing 1 less card because he's wine rather than the Sergeant Major being better. I think it'd be better to just move that guy away. Think so. 1, 2, 3, yeah. No, that's fine, yeah. Okay. Right, I'll yeah, it's not enough of what you want to do. Third platoon, is third platoon moving up here? Well, yeah, I suppose you should. There's not any problem with that. And then we might have a go at these bees once that other guy goes away. This would be a good one to go for first, obviously, because it's the Gully Valley, it's better cover. Right. Well, I can't do third platoon until the initiative segment, though. That's the only thing. Right, I'm going to do first platoon then. Sorry, I'm just a wee bit lost now about what I'm doing. So first platoon, well, he's undercover. He's line. He's got 4 command saves. So no, he's getting a +1 because he's undercover. +1 to the large number. Large number's a 4, so +1 is 5. The 4 he had, so he's got 9. He's line. You can always save 6 of them. Remember, 9. You can always spend 6. So what are we? What are we going to do? Just split an assault team off and send it into this barren hill? I think so. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the assault team plan, I'm afraid. So I'm going to spend 1 command and detach a team from that second section. An assault team, and then spend another command to have it move into the barn hill, which is our primary objective. It's going to be exposed. So 7 commands left. Yeah. Yeah, it means you're going to waste 1. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe moving up here, but I think not. You know, I might be able to move that initiative if we happen to get a big initiative card number, general initiative number, you know. Clearly I'm wanting to do something with that in general initiative. and this is kind of a priority to try and at least find him +1 cover. Okay, I'm just going to save the rest, so it means he loses 1, saves 6. So now we have the second in command and for sergeant. I'll do the second in command first. Now he's undercover here. He's lying, so a +1 to the big number is going to be a 4. So 4 on top of the 5 he had. There's 9 also. So the plan there was to move him up. Anything else he can do? Not really. No. So he's going to come out of there and move up under this cover here beside this casualty. And he will be exposed under that cover. That's one command, and he's going to use another command to do the company post thing. I should really just take the casualty out now because it's just going to be evacuated anyway, isn't it? So that's him down to 7, and probably not going to do any more. He's going to lose a command as well. That's fine though. Save 6. Right, Sergeant Major has got 6 saved. He's not undercover, he is a veteran, so he gets a +1. Oh, jinx. Right, so 6 +1, that's what we wanted for general initiative, wasn't it? 6 +1 is 7, so it's going to be too much. So he's got 13. So 9 plus another 4. And he's not going to spend these. He's going to be saving 9, I think. So are we okay? Space here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so. However, maybe I shouldn't move. Maybe I should keep him closer to this guy. Because if he does survive, then he'd be the perfect one to go and rescue him. Go in and patch him up, I mean. So maybe I should just move him up into the Rowan Moor. That makes some sense, doesn't it? He was me worried about having this to be the furthest forward in this column, and then I moved an assault team there, which would have been further forward. Right, okay, going to move the Sergeant Major up into the Rowan Moor. Exposed. Nothing exciting in this turn, it seems, and yeah, I'm going to have to waste our 3 commands. He's not going to do anything else, and he's going to save 9, and he can do because he's a veteran. Initiative, we have 3rd platoon who is undercover, so +1 to the small number, so 2 + 1 is 3. So yeah, we're all maxing out with the commands. Plentiful. So 9 for him. Was he going to? I think we were going to platoon move up. Yeah, I don't think there's an issue with steps, is there? Yeah, there's only 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is going to be. This is probably going to get a bit messy. Right, so I'm going to spend 2 and platoon move these guys under the cover marker, and then I'm just going to save the other. Well, he's got 7, so you can only save 6. I'm going to save the other 6 commands. Okay, I'll tidy things up. Well, I'll get these guys moved up and tidy up. Okay, so 3rd platoon moved up there. They're all under the cover and they're all exposed. The 2nd in command is the same as well because he had moved as well, so he was exposed. I mean, technically this casualty is under the cover marker, but he's about to get evacuated from the command aid post. Right, and we saved the other 6 commands that he had, and that's that. Right, so general initiative. So I think I want a 2, because now I have a left space. There's a fire team. It doesn't really matter. I can go into this card. There'll be space. Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14. Actually, does the casualty? No, it doesn't. It doesn't count. It doesn't count as a step. And then here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, yeah, and we will be able to move him back, won't we? I'm pretty sure. Let's draw our general initiative card, because it's not the first time I've drawn the 0 and then talked about what I wanted to do. We do have, cover on that guy. Right, draw the card, Grant. Unmodified small number. Oh, look at that. It's a 2. So we can move that guy. And then if we move that guy, let's just make sure we're doing that. He is then not got... He's then going to check... Right, hang on though. Yeah, and the enemy activity check, he will cease fire, because he's going to be firing at cards without a valid target. So he's going to cease fire, and then he's going to check, and he's going to check on this, and it's going to be the same one again. It's going to be not under fire, and he's going to have no line of sight to an opposing unit. So we're going to remove the unit and put his PC marker. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen if I move that guy away. Because, yes, he can see this card, he can see this card, this card, this card. But there's no enemies line of sight, and he can't see this because this is a level below. Okay, so let's just make sure we can move that. It's a fire team that's pinned. Oops. No, it's fine. So a fire team that's pinned. So it's a pinned unit. The movement actions for a pinned unit are move to an adjacent card, but only if that card is staging and or is friendly occupied with no VOF on it. Yeah? So I'm going to move this guy with that, with one of my general initiative commands. Yeah, is that the... No, it's not the surgeon mate, that's COHQ, isn't it? Yeah, it's just probably better going across there, I think. Imagine the... Yeah, so I'm gonna move him across there. I know that's making more of a mess, but alright, so he's going to be exposed. And he's also just ham's going to be pinned. Right, and we've still got that casualty and making a mess. Right, so that's one. Right, hang on, Grant, hang on. Yeah, there's a downside to that, isn't there? There's always a downside. We're not going to be engaged anymore if we do that. And that was pretty good for the potential contact A. That was reducing it to 5 cards, so it's going to jump back up to 7 cards on it. We are going to be at contact because of the incoming, but yeah. I still think it's a better thing to do though, because it means we're getting rid of that guy. Yeah, I'll go with that. Right, and then the other action I'm going to do is let's try and find this guy cover. So it's a 2-card draw for cover. This is just our last general initiative. And it's unmodified because he's a wine, looking for cover. Yes, how about that? I mean, getting quite lucky with our card draws actually, regarding that stuff. Yeah, I've just dropped the counter, so I'm going to pick it up before the wee yin gets had at. Well, she's not here now, but cover marker. Yeah, so that's on Let's get up here, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a 7-card draw for him though, so he's going to be up against it, I think. Right, that's my 2 general initiatives out the way. So right, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm recording now. I'm still showing just 30 minutes of recording, but I know what it is. I need to stop the video actually. I've made a mess here. Looks like I've done my pause while record and record while I'm paused and all that nonsense again. I need to go and look at things here. I think this is probably a mess. Hi all. Right, let's see if I can sort this mess out. It's been another one of those moments where I've thought I've been recording, I've been on pause, and vice versa. I didn't lose an awful lot, so that was 30 minutes I was in. However, I did move on a little bit, and I thought, well, I'll just start from here because I also made a little. Well, I done things a bit out of place. It was a bit of a mistake. Well, I'll tell you about that in a second. So I was about to move on to enemy higher HQ event phase. That's where we're at, as far as I can see. I just completed the general initiative, and we found cover for this guy, and we moved the pinned unit across. That was right, wasn't it? Okay. So I was going to just start this part again, but I've dealt with I've actually moved I've done the enemy activity. I drew cards. Now in the process of doing things, I drew the shuffle card and I've shuffled the deck up. So we've got a nice fresh deck to start with. I'm not going to draw for an enemy higher HQ event again though, because okay, I know you didn't see that on my recording, because that's obviously a bit where I was, I thought I was recording, I was paused, but there was no enemy higher HQ event, okay? And, you know, I'm not going to make stories up or anything like that. I'm not going to say, oh, right, I'll just say that I've done that. You know, I'm not going to do that. And I maybe keep saying this in some of my recordings of that, you know, because what is the point in playing a solitaire game if you're going to? And while you're recording it, you can pause. You could interfere with things. However, even more so here, we're playtesting this game. I'm not trying to win, or I don't need to win, and I'm going to get a big prize or anything like that. You know, it's not. It's no biggie. So anyway, I drew for that. And it failed, but wait, there was no higher HQ event, because then I done the enemy activity, and we had the machine gun that was there, and he had no target. So at first he actually, in the enemy high activity check segment, he would enemies firing at cards without valid target shift ceasefire. So he would actually have ceased fire, nobody else to fire on, and then checking his activity, he again goes under this one, which is not under fire and no end sight to opposing unit. Remove unit, place PC marker. And you can see up there, I've actually placed the PC marker on the card. It was up here, and it's a PCA marker. And actually, I swithered about randomising between these two cards, but in the rules it says that. In the rules it says, if you've got 2 cards with enemies on it, you randomise between them before carrying out the activity on that one. And it didn't feel like it mattered here, because we knew this guy was going away. We knew this was going to attempt to fire. Yeah, that's right, I drew for that as well. Yeah, I'm going to, because he actually drew cards for that. So, that enemy's away. And then we done, well actually I think when I randomised between the two, this one happened first. So this one happened first. He did succeed at calling for fire. He was getting the extra card draw because he got the target marker. This was his second fire mission of 2. So this is his final one. He did succeed. We've got the incoming. Obviously I moved on. It would have been, you know, I would have been sitting like that at the moment. But again, I've moved past that part. So we got to the Well, let's just say we moved through the capture segment, the retreat segment, we got to the fire mission update segment, that goes away, that flips over, we end up with that result. However, then I make a slight mistake here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from now. Now, unfortunately, I did draw the combat on this, and it ended up with a pin result. He never got hit, he got a pin result. So he's a paralysed team, but ended up with a pin result. But I'd done that before I actually resolved this potential contact. I kind of got a bit muddled up. I was rushing a little bit, I think. So after the fire mission update, I should then be checking for potential contact, and that's this guy here. So I should have done that first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from now, and I'm actually going to draw on the combat on this again, because I've shuffled up the decks, nice and fresh. Fingers crossed we get a similar result. But if we don't, I'll accept it. So fire mission update, we've done that. So just double checking our activity level. I'm showing contact here, which I think is right. Yeah, because I realised the downside to me moving that unit away, that was it here? Yeah, to moving him away was we lost that VOF on that card, and that would have gave us the engage status. So now we are back to contact, because we've only got one card under VOF, one occupied card under VOF. So we're checking for potential contact. Marker A under the activity of contact, which is going to be a 7-card draw. Just double checking that one again. Yeah, 7-card draw at contact. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah. And that, to be honest, that's the only bit I missed. I done the combat on this, and then I thought, right, we're quite comfortable here, blah blah blah. And then I thought I was just about to finish the turn, and then I thought, wait a minute, we've got a potential contact. We've not done this yet, so it's there. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah, he's exposed. Yeah, he did find cover. Okay, so 7-card draw for that. So let's do that first, and then we'll get to the combat and deal with it. And well, if that guy gets a different result, then so be it. Because I did do it a bit out of turn. 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So it's a fresh deck as well. So yeah, it could go either way, this one. So looking for contact. Right, no, yes, right, okay. 5, 6, 7. 2 contacts on that. Pile of 7 cards. So okay. Well, like I say, I didn't do that bit. So that could have, if I'd done that in the previous bit of recording, it could have still ended up that result. So we've got a contact here. It is an A. So let us see what we're going to get here. So contact packages, right, here we go. Right, so it's a PCA. So we're drawing on a 10, random 10 here to see what package it is. We get a 6. So a 6 on the PCA is package number 9. I get the feeling we might have had that one as well. Package number 9. Ah, yes, we did. And this is when I went and asked a question about it actually last night. So it's a main position. So, yeah, this isn't good. I don't think this is a good one to have. We had it last night, and they ended up in a position where we were able to get out of line of sight of them, and then they disappeared. I'll say last night, maybe it was it the part before? Can't remember exactly. So it's a main position. So we've got a squad in trenches, and then a slash means that these are on different cards. Squad in trenches, and then a squad, and my question came from the fact that it says squad plus 50% chance of leader in trenches, and I personally think, it's maybe just the way I'm reading it. I think I went on about this as well, but I think that maybe could be worded slightly better, guys. To signify, because you could think that the 50% chance could be of the leader and also the trenches part, but Andrew came back and said the 50% chance is just for the leader, right? So we're going to have a squad in trenches, we're going to have another squad in trenches on another card, and possibly a 50% chance of a leader with that squad. Okay? So, and then it's going to place, they're going to place VOFs, PDFs, not going to be spotted, and it's max line of sight range. So we do need 2 squads, and like I mentioned earlier, we don't need to randomise these, but I'm just drawing 2 out the cup anyway. It doesn't make any odds, and we need 2 sets of trenches, don't we? Trenches, that's a bunker. There we go, 2 trenches, right. And then, well, let's get the leader possibility out of the way. So it's a 50% chance of a leader. So I'm going to draw, like I did previously, I'm going to say that we're going to draw on a 2. If it's a 1, then we get a leader. If it's a 2, we don't, okay? Out of I think, does that work? Is that right? Yeah, isn't it? That is 50% in it, isn't it? I'm drawing on a 2. If I get a 1, it's a leader. If I get a 2, it's not. Yeah. Okay. That is a leader this time. Right, damn. Okay. Right, and then I assumed that these were the leaders. We've got a sergeant, and I think we've got a lieutenant, I think. SGT. Oh, hang on. What does that say on the other side? That looks like it says something different. That looks to me like it says SGT, as in sergeant. Not sure if you can. The text is really poor, but that's nothing to do with the print and play setup. It's just probably my printing. I don't know what that. I mean, that says something different. That looks like L something. I don't know. That's the fire team side, so it's like sergeant, and then there's different text. I don't know what that is. What's the other one like? Because there's another one here that is. That to me looks like LIEUT, as in lieutenant. And on the back side of him, the fire team side, again, it just says L something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I can't see any other counters that resemble anything that along the lines of leader. So, and I don't think it does anything. All it's going to do is enhance the possibilities of I think on the pinned. It's just on the pinned. No, tell a lie. On the pinned activity chart, it will help because you've got a no leader section and a column and a with leader, so you've got that to go with. However, there's also, and I'll need to remember this because I've not really had much dealings with leaders. I want to say that you get an extra card draw. So this guy's green, and if he does anything, he's beside this leader. I think he gets a +1 in the card draw. We'll double check that if it becomes relevant. But I'm pretty sure that's how that. Yeah, and I know I know there's a section in the rules because Andrew's pointed it to me a couple of times. I think when I was looking at it in the past. So we'll come to that. Okay, so. Right, where are these going to go? They're going at max line of sight range. Now the squads are long range. Right, where are we? This is the trigger in card, isn't it? The hill here. So yeah, so in actual fact, yeah, maybe I need to zoom out actually. Actual fact, we could go front to the left. Well, hang on, we're on roll 4 here as well. I think we just roll for these and we'll see. And if we get something that we can't place, then we'll draw another card for it. Because so first of all, got the first squad with the trenches, and then the next part of the package is the squad with the trenches and the leader, right? So the first one, squad in the trenches. We're on contact column 3, which is here, and we're on row 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the potential contact. The PC marker is on row 4, and it's on column 3. So we are looking at this one on column 3. So the first part, we're drawn on a 10. This is the one without the leader. And we've got an 8. Which is, so that's directly ahead, right? So let's get that one sorted first. Right, so we're going to need a new card again, aren't we? This is triggering card directly ahead, so it could go here. However, this is all white bordered, both sides, so it can go one card outside. They are allowed to go out to long range, so I'm going to draw a terrain card for that. We're going to put that one there. Oh, there's another Gully Valley for them. How about that? Right, so, and that's where that's going to go. So that's this squad. I've screwed that up. Right, I'll need to watch for the video footage for that. I'm sure I gave them automatic weapons the last time. Last time I placed a squad, they only get automatic weapons at point blank, don't they? I'm sure the last squad I had, in fact, maybe even the previous one before that. Come on, Grant, that's silly. Right, I hope that has not had an effect. If it has, it would have benefited them, which is one of the ones that I don't quite mind so much, although if it's still a mistake and it would have affected things, then it is not good. But anyway, so yeah, so he's on that card. I'm going to try and grab a potential contact B marker and flip this over. It's because he's not spotted. It's my phone playing up again, I think. Right, okay, so yeah, that's annoying. I'm pretty sure I haven't messed that up, given them automatic weapons before. I know we've had 2 packages recently with machine guns, which are automatic weapons, obviously, because they were tracking the ammo, but I get the feeling that last squad that I placed, I gave it automatic weapons, which is wrong. Right, so yeah, that's back there. We're seeing right through this card. Well, in fact, it wouldn't matter if that was white bordered, would it? Because this is up on the hill. So he can go out to 2 cards. So he's firing on that with small arms, Grant. Small arms. Yeah, I definitely did make a blunder with that. I hope that didn't affect anything. I'll watch back when I've not watched any of that footage back yet, so I'll keep my eye on that and make some comment when I see it. Okay, so that is the one without the leader. So now we need to deal with the one with the leader, and you can see that we can go out that way. No, we can't. Well, we can, but we can't go out to that card. In fact, no, we can't, because he'll not go on that card. Can you not make a call on this then, Grant? No, because we've got left and right as well, so he could potentially go in here, couldn't he? Yeah, let's just draw a card. I think that's probably the better way, unless you're completely sure that it's like a 50-50 or something. So again, we're on row 4 and 5, so it's this table, and we're on column 3. So let's draw another card. This is for the squad with a leader. We've got, out of 10, we've got a 7. I think that's maybe the same, is it not? Yeah, 5 to 8 would be directly ahead, so we cannot do that. So I'm going to draw again on a 10. Right, we've got a 2 this time. Ooh, that's interesting. That might be left. It is. Look, 1 to 2, so it's just left. Yeah, and I think he can go on that barren hill to the left. Okay, this is in some ways kind of good. It means that we're kind of surrounding it. So this is a triggering card, and this is what's left of it. Now, it would go out to long range, but it's not going to go in that card. Remember, a package that places a VOF, PDF, yeah, if it places a VOF, PDF, it can't go in a card with a friendly unit, because then it would just open fire at them. It needs to be able to target. It needs to be able to fire upon this. Not just target it. Not just see it. I want to say if it was one that did not place the VOF, it might. No, that's not true either. I don't know. I can't remember that one. I'd need to go back and look at that. And I know where to find that. So, however, it cannot go in this pack. It cannot go on this card, because then it would be on a card with enemies and it would fire at them. It would not be able to fire at this. It's triggering card target. However, now there's a cover marker there, but that's not relevant. It's bringing its own trenches anyway. So we've got the squad and we've got the leader, assuming that is what that is, the leader, and they're under their trenches. And then I'll take I took a potential contact B there, didn't I? It should be an A. Great, there's no noise lying about as well. It probably doesn't matter that, but there's one there. It's just, if I cover it with one of them, and it, you know what, it doesn't matter here. If we happen to get where it disappears and you place the potential contact marker back, like what these ones have, then at least I know what letter it is. But it's irrelevant, isn't it? Because we can't go up to the cards anyway. So. Right, and then this one here, what have I done? No, it's here. Right, so I'm going to take that off and flip that over, and these are both unspotted. And remember, you can't have, when one of them spotted, the other one's spotted as well. You can't have unspotted and spotted units on the same card. So, okay, and then, well, PDF here as well. And then it's still small arms, but it is a crossfire now as well. So not great. Okay, right, I think that's done. Right, I can take that out of the way. That was the only potential contact. So now moving on. We've got our VOFs, PDFs. Our activity level is now engaged, but that's not really relevant because we're not checking any other contacts. So, right, so pin recovery. Yeah, well, I must have skipped by that as well. I've skipped because we do have a pinned unit that's not under a VOF. I just went straight to the combat effects. I went from fire mission update segment to combat effects. That was silly. Right, so he will recover from his pinned status because he's not under a VOF. This guy's pinned, but he's under a VOF. There's nobody else. Okay, right, on to combat effects now then. So, like I say, I did carry out that on this and it ended up a pin result, but let's just do it again because it was all messed up. So I've got this guy here under fire and this guy here under fire. We've not got any of the air guys spotted, so we're not firing back. So let's deal with this one here first. Now we are going to get the mist along, which is good. So +0 for the actual card cover. We're under cover, so +1 for the mist. So +2, then we get the -2 for exposed, so that cancels that out, and then we've got -1 for the crossfire. Both sets of fire are small arms. Yeah, I've definitely messed that up. I've definitely gave them automatic weapons with a squad quite recently. So we're sitting at -1. So that's what we're drawing on for him. So -1 is a hit. Yeah, bad card. And just to confirm, I'm pretty sure it's an assault team, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So assault team, so he's wine quality. And we get a casualty. Not good. Yeah, this is starting to look not great at all now. Getting kind of beaten up. Right. Well, that takes care of that. Well, the bad thing about that is these guys at the end of the turn are going to switch. They're going to shift fire to something else. They're not going to fire at this anymore because there's nothing there. So, so that comes away. I'm going to just take the exposed marker away. The casualty is still under that cover marker, however. We'll take the mist away. Yeah, that was bad. Right, well, I get a bad feeling about this one now as well. Starting to feel like I should maybe have reversed what I've said, but however, I've drawn cards, the deck was reshuffled, let's just go with it. Okay, so we have, yeah, the mist not going to help here because it's incoming. We got a +0 for the card, however, he is under trenches. Yeah, he's not too bad, this guy. So +2 for the trenches, +1 for being pinned, that's +3. He's also getting the +1 for the incoming. So that's a +4. And he's getting a -3 for the mortar fire. So it is a +1. So here we go. +1. Come on, be nice. Ah, good. That's nice to see then, because that's exactly the result I got before. So it's just a pinned result. He stayed pinned. So that makes me feel pretty good about that. Yeah, but not about that one. Yeah. That's starting to make me feel like I don't think we should go on to these potential contact B markers. I mean, there's an extra 6 points worth of experience in the 3 markers, but there's also that risk of casualty. I mean, maybe I could try that one, I suppose. But we're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to deal with this now, and of course that one up there is a problem as well. Now he could fire down onto there. Yeah, he can fire up to the hill, obviously, that's what he's firing on just now, so... And we need to occupy that, so we're going to have to do something about him. Again, we could try and game it a little bit and make sure he's not got a line of sight on anybody. Then he moves back, he falls back off the card, then we move back onto the hill to take it again, I suppose. Seems a little bit gamey that, doing that, but... I don't know, there's maybe some there's maybe someday we come up with a reason to, you know, how that would warrant it actually happening in real life, you know, what the story would be, you know. I suppose we're moving back off the hill because we're getting attacked into a bit of safety, and then we feel like it's safe to go back onto the hill, and then he's moved away because he wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's a story there, but okay. Yeah, not great, losing another guy again. Right, so update ammo levels. Well, that was the last mission of the mortar, so that's fine. And the 2 squads that came on board don't track ammo. Yeah, and we weren't firing at anything, so no ammo to check. Right, so just some tidying up, removing exposed markers. I think that's probably all we're removing. Yeah, that's it, I think. Oh, there is one other thing. Yeah, incoming stays. That's fine. Evacuate casualties from casualty collection points. We do have this casualty here, so we'll take him. And that's 3 casualties we've evacuated. I'm going to have to watch that. I'm going to... You know what? I think I'm going to mess that up. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm not used to using the other side with the 2 steps on the casualties, so I'm going to put 3 single casualties in there. Unless we start getting loads more, let's hope that's not the case. Well, we've got another one to go and try and rescue now as well, haven't we? Yeah. Anyway, so we've got him. At least we've got them evacuated. And I just realised PDFs and activity levels, well, they're still both firing here with small arms, with a crossfire. That incoming stays just now, but that last mission, we are sitting at engaged, and yeah, that's it. Moving on to turn 7. And yeah, it's not going on my way. I feel like I've been making a careful job of things, but there you go. It can sometimes depend on how lucky. Well, how lucky? I think so. I mean, it's you know what? It's a war game. If you're not rolling dice, you're drawing cards, you're drawing chits out a cup or something like that. There's a randomness to it. Could I have been more careful to avoid these 4 casualties? Maybe. I think the one that I realised there was a 50-50 chance of them shifting fire. I think I took a casualty or 2 in that event, didn't I? So, and I was talking about dropping smoke, so I could have done that. And you'll notice that I've not dropped a piece of smoke yet. So some of you may be saying that, you know, let's be more careful with that, put some smoke down. And the thing is, when you put smoke down, you're not able to fire out yourself. But I've not been doing any firing. I've just been moving on to cards and, you know, then just sitting hoping for the best. So it would be better if the smoke was there. Well, the other thing is the smoke's attached to the sections. However, if I detach an assault team from that section with smoke, pretty sure if I look up the rule, yeah, it'll be under detach a team. It'll tell me that they can take any assets with them or something like that. Where is detach a team? Is it? No, it's not a combat action. It's a rally action. Detach a team. Reduce the squad or weapons team by a step and place either an assault or fire team into play on the card. Transfer any assets to the detached team as desired. Now, well, there's a thing. I mean, so while you're detaching, that's a free sort of pass over assets then. So my guess is, it's not really a guess, it's like I'm going to conclude that they don't get exposed in that part about the assets moving across to them. Now, whereas if they were already detached and I wanted to have an action to transfer assets, it would expose them. But that's a totally different thing, I think. I think that they're splitting off from their section, going away to do something themselves. They're going to take whatever it is with them, you know, going to take that smoke with them. So you know, I could be doing that. Any one of the assault teams which have been detached from a section with smoke could have took the smoke with them. Okay, once they're on the card, they've got to carry out an action themselves to drop the smoke. But if they do it in general initiative and they're trying to seek cover, they may be doing a 2-card draw for the possibility of a +1 cover, whereas the smoke is going to definitely give them that +1 or +2 cover. The only thing with that is it just lasts 1 turn, but it's generally that 1 turn that you want. It's just, you know, it's that initial turn that you want them protected. After that, you know what they're up against and you can maybe do something about it. Anyway, okay. Right, I've moved my turn marker on to turn 7, haven't I? Right, yeah, I have. So, yeah, that's going to be me for the night. And I'm busy tomorrow. I've got a friend coming round. We're going to play other games, actually, because Tracy's away. yeah, got the date myself. We're going to play. Well, since there's only two of us, I was talking to him and he actually went away and purchased that Star Wars Rebellion. There you go. It's meant to be a really good 2-player game, isn't it? He's quite a Star Warsy fan as well, so yeah, we're going to do that. And I've got Through the Ages. So I think that, to be honest, there's two games that probably take quite a long time to play, but we have got all day. So we're going to just try a bit of it. I haven't played either of them, so I'm going to do that. And yeah. And just before my bed tonight, I've got Carrier Battles Philippine Sea over there, and I've just moved that aside, and I thought I just want something a bit, I say simpler, that's PAX Premier 2nd edition. Got that quite recently, played it the last time my friend was here and my son was here as well, and quite liked it. Then I tried to play the solo version of it after that, and yeah, I quite like that too. So I'm sort of quarter of the way through a game there, so I'm going to have another couple of turns before I go to bed. Anyway, that's not what we should be here for, so that's part 6 done, turn 6 done, so I'll be back with part 7. Well, it won't be tomorrow, probably Sunday, which is the day after tomorrow. Okay, I'll be back then. Cheers.